The fabulously vivid characters, beautifully crafted plots, and dark intricacies of the human psyche are always at play in Agatha Christie's novels. Through the decades, they've inspired cover artists for the hundreds of Christie paperbacks to create some of their finest work, from Avon Paperbacks in the 1940s through Dell, Fontana, pocketbooks, and Pan. The covers are wild and fascinating. When young, I largely dismissed Christie as a little too tame for my liking, in favor of the edgy urban world of Lawrence Block or Raymond Chandler, Dashiel Hammett, or James M. Cain. I liked the psychotic depths of Jim Thompson, or even Mickey Spillane with Detective Mike Hammer exploding bodies by the dozens in his rage to set things right. And cozy had no appeal at all. I wanted my detective fiction hard-boiled, raw, visceral, and transgressive. Later, over time, the beautifully written and psychologically astute Lew Archer novels of Ross Macdonald became my favorites. But this year, returning to Christie after decades away, it turns out thinking of her work as tame was wrong from the start. For Christie plumbs the layered complexities of the human psyche better than any other writer of detective fiction. She's the Dostoevsky of the drawing room, and silly me to have missed all that for decades. The relatively tame surface of her stories barely masks a maelstrom which is revealed in all its raw ferocity to the careful reader. We come to know her characters from the inside out. We learn what fires burn in their hearts and in their loins. We know of their greed and their resentments, and understand what machinations and cruelties are at play behind their smiling and mannered persona. In Christie's novel, Five Little Pigs, alternately titled Murder in Retrospect, we watch Hercule Poirot use his extraordinary little gray cells to solve a murder that happened 16 years earlier. That murder, it turned out, hinged on a brilliant artist's commendable obsession with their own work, and it hinged on very human sexual obsessions and whole layers of jealousies and rivalries. We watch little by little as Poirot lifts the veil on a group of basically good but complex people caught in a quiet cataclysm of conflicting desires and needs, until one day something goes terribly awry and all is utterly changed. It is a deeply moving story driven by the desire of a daughter to know the truth about her dead mother, who was convicted of murdering her artist father. And it is a beautiful story because of the mind, the capacious and discerning mind of Hercule Poirot, and his fierce, probing, relentless intelligence and drive that refuses to give up until he discovers and reveals the truths of the heart that drove the murder. And it is the revelation, not in the sense of, wow, so this is what really happened, but revelation in a more probing sense, where the veil is lifted and we see not through a glass darkly, but face to face, where the truth of being is revealed. And that truth of revelation in Christie is as edgy and transgressive as any of the more hard-boiled or violent or twisted writers. And what's more, it is intimate, since we experience it ultimately from the inside out. So my mistake to think of Agatha Christie dwelling in the land of cozy, when in truth she was as badass as it comes, with her Dostoevskian plunge into the world of layered minds and hungers and depravities. I will be talking about Christie's works in several videos over the next months, but for now, here is a 4K feast of the cover art inspired by Christie's dark, twisted, and fiercely revelatory work.